All right, shalom, shalom. As always, I want to start these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakah Kodash, as well as the salutations upon to the elders and apostles, laboring in this truth, helping younger brothers such as myself understand this 144% doctrine of the Bible. This being titled something to the sort of government neglect, because not only are our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the children of Israel, the lost 12 tribes of Israel, gonna learn the hard way of trusting in the shadow of Egypt, this modern day Egypt of the United States government, but as well as the citizens of America is gonna learn about trusting in the shadow of Egypt, being government neglect, that your government, the people that all these people are so horny to go out of their way and vote for, don't give a fuck about you. These politicians are just pawns of the JOO banking families, okay? And your government is showing year after year after year that they don't give a damn about you. They don't care about your health. They don't care about your well-being. They don't want you to be a society of critical thinkers and of a strong patriarchal family backbone to help you succeed. They want you to be a bunch of drones and slaves under this new digital system, especially that they're implementing. All right, and what led me to through the spirit to do this video is because we got another which looks Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Milton, on the way to Tampa, Florida, and Orlando. So we seen the Lord is hitting up Egypt, hitting up America with these plagues by way of tempest, these storms, these hurricanes, these tornadoes. All right, but one of the things that it shows right here is, the U.S. government is sending all this money to these foreign countries, but people up there in them sundown towns, which is, that's judgment on you, Esau, is in North Carolina and in parts of Tennessee is catching hell out there. They being flooded. They die. A lot of people is dying after the hurricane than before because the government's not going down to help them. And I've heard that they're even stopping people to go out of their way and help the victims of those hurricanes and flooding out there in the Asheville, North Carolina areas. All right. Meanwhile, they're donating all this money to Ukraine to go fight wars. And this is just an article. It says this is off. Why is this in the Shore News Network? Kamala Harris announces $750 aid check for North Carolina families who lost everything in hurricane floods, which is hysterical. If you lose everything, and that's if you own a house. I live in a little ass apartment, and that wouldn't even cover my rent, $750. So you done lost everything, your home, your vehicle, your everything to your name, and they gonna give $750 to these victims. Washington. Vice President Kamala Harris announced on Wednesday that the federal government will provide a $750 payment to hurricane victims affected by recent flooding caused by Hurricane Helene. And then that's a joke. That's fucking ridiculous. I don't care because I don't own shit here anyways. I've been a slave here forever. So I don't care. But for people to wake up to realize that they're these politicians you put your faith in don't give a shit about you. And here it is. It says there's so many zeros I had to count. Was $8 billion to Ukraine, but you victims of a hurricane out there flooding and dying on the rooftops get $750. This shows you the corruptness of this political structure, which is why this place is in its near end. And the scriptures say there shall be sedition among men, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. This is one of the reasons. Look at all this money here. Your government, your pharaohs have sent to these other countries. Look at all the billions of dollars they sent. But you got hit up by a storm, get $750. And which goes even further deeper, which is why I believe this, is because they're saying that these areas in North Carolina have a high deposit of lithium. all right, a high amount of lithium. So, and we know Esau got the technology to control weather. I really, through the spirit, believe Esau has the ability to control and manufacture storms, as well as control. He's got that Mountain Dew, DEW, direct energy weapons, all right, where he can claim it to be a wildfire. We saw that in the Pacific state of the Americas, made up of islands that out in Maui, that suddenly got hit up with a wildfire, but it looked like a direct energy weapon caused that, as well as the rest of these fires up there in Canada and in California and some of the Pacific Northwest. We're seeing all these fires, but I believe Esau is causing it. And why? Because this man is the devil. And once again, over and over and over, the scriptures speak on this man's wickedness, and that he's not good to his own. He's not good to himself. Who will he be good to? Let's pull that out. Because he clearly don't give a shit about you American citizens. Ecclesiasticus 14 verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. And that's the definition of a niggard. Niggard. Riches are not comely to a niggard. This man has more than his heart could wish, but still wants more and is willing. We know why. I believe, a lot of these internet conspiracies on the lithium out in North Carolina, and Esau sent a storm to take it by violence, is because that's this man's MO. How did he take the Americas? How did he get all these lands? By taking them by violence. That's what he does. That's what he knows. Micah 2 verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses. Let's go back to this. Where's the little girl with the puppy, And houses. And take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And Esau, he's a bloodshedder, and he covets the fields. If he finds out, oh, they got some gold in that land. Oh, they got some coal. They got some cobalt. They got some resources and minerals that we could take, especially lithium. The cost of lithium is very expensive. You already know Esau is finna send his goons, or one of his demonic witchcraft, and I believe this man has ability to conjure up storms or fires and send them right your way. And he's going to take him by violence. This man is showing himself to be the devil more and more. And pretty soon you Americans are going to learn to stop trusting in this government. The government don't give a shit about you. They poison in the food. They poison in your children. They poison the music. They poison everything. Yet you people think voting for this demon versus that demon is going to be better. It doesn't matter. This place is going to be judged by the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. And there's no escape. Babylon will not be healed. Let's close off on these. Just a quick hit talking about, the corruptness of this government. And you're going to see it in these hurricanes. Lord willing, I get to do another video on these hurricanes as well. Because I'll get to that later. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And this is because a lot of these towns out there in the Carolinas and Tennessee have some real dark history of racism, treating Judah like shit, so-called Negroes, them sundown towns. Well, look, now the Lord's hitting y'all lands up with storms, and your government's not helping you out. You getting the nigger treatment just like Jake did down in Hurricane Katrina. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, Esau. So you're going and pursuing a Lamentations, the 4th chapter at the end. Your punishment is just beginning, and the Lord is visiting your country. He's visiting your lands by what? By way of plagues, by way of storms, by way of tempests. All right, and a lot of you Edomites is catching straight hell out here too. You learning. You just getting a glimpse of what it's been like to be Jake under this wicked, corrupt a land of bondage for all these centuries. And let's close off on this, going back to our people who gonna learn the hard way of trusting in this devil and his wicked government that don't give a shit about him, no matter how many centuries of hell he puts on our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Isaiah 30 at the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right, and as more and more of these calamities that go on, our people are going to learn the hard way sooner or later that this man is the devil. His horns will be revealed. He will not be able to hide himself. All right, and more we've seen all these signs of Esau being the devil that the Bible speaks of, creating these storms, manufacturing these wildfires, and taking lands by violence further and further, and sending all this money overseas to go fund a war where the American children, they getting sent out there, mainly men, boys, young men, to go out there and die for some war. Meanwhile, the actual citizens that need some help, you got all this damn homeless people strung out in the streets, tent cities sprung up everywhere, student loan debt to an all-time high, and now these storms wreaking havoc in the southeast of America, and people need help, and he gonna send you $750 damn dollars. This is what you get. We're trusting in a wicked system of government, and this is why the Lord is going to take this system down. It's of complete wickedness. This man is clearly not fit for rulership. Matter of fact, I could get a few more. Let's close off on this too, because it says in Job, let me get that. I believe Job 9:24, that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, and let's talk about what happens when the wicked are in rulership. And we're seeing that to this day. And ask them people down in Tennessee, in North Carolina right now, about their government that's refusing to help them. Proverbs 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right, and I always confuse these two between Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter, and Ecclesiastes. But it speaks on this, why this man will be stripped from his seat at rulership, because he's not fit for it. He's a complete demon. He's not good to himself. Imagine how much worse he's going to be to our people, which he's shown for centuries after centuries. Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. And going back to this North Carolina, this could be another form of riches gotten by deceit. I'm going to send a storm your way and take all the minerals, take all the resources, take all the lithium. That's this man's MO, which is why I believe that. Riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right, and skip down to verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease. He that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. And we gonna close off on this because we're seeing Esau's rulership come to an end. This is Salak. Oh, that's second Ezra's. But Esau's rulership is coming to an end, and this is why this man's a demon. He don't do good to nobody, and if the Lord don't come back in time, there's gonna be nothing to save. There's gonna be nothing to redeem, because this man is on a war path to destroy everything. Second Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we've seen the birth pains of the wicked Esau, Edom, and his kingdom in the earth under his rulership being in the lowest state it's ever been, and the translation from that to another, and all the pains that come with it. But you trust under this man whose kingdom is destined and written to collapse, you're going to be surely ashamed, like a lot of these citizens out there in North Carolina and Tennessee. And we got more storms and tempests on the way. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.